What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So if you are wondering, yes, I am going to be back on the crew too. And can I admit something? It really does look pretty dang nice with the sun shining into the HQ, doesn't it? And that is also what I did want to talk about today, the HQs in the crew too. Do y'all also miss these, or is it just going to be me? Now, I do understand they're going to have everything in like the menu of Motorfest to make things, quicker, probably easier to navigate and all that stuff. But you know what? I kind of miss the HQs, man. These were so cool to see in the game. Now, currently, I am going to be in the off-road one at the moment, but I am going to check out the others. If you are wondering, there's going to be a few of them. If you weren't really looking at these, we're going to have the off-road one. We're going to have the freestyle over here, the street one all the way in Los Angeles. Then we're also going to have one way over here, which is going to be the pro racing, pretty close by or basically right near New York. So I admit, these were going to be a pretty dope thing they had in the crew. We all do know in Motorfest, the biggest thing we're going to have is the actual tent thing, which is basically going to be the main car meet thing, which a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of. But I gotta admit, man, I really do miss the feature of the HQs. Now, a lot of people might be like, well, what do you mean, Block? You basically just stand in like a small area, you look at some vehicles. It's not really that cool. Well, you know what? I gotta admit, though, this was a really cool thing to have because it was similar to a dealership like we did end up having in Test Drive. I like something like this. For example, guys, you see this Charger, you're not a fan of it, head over to the catalog of this vehicle, change over to something like, let's check out something like, ooh, the Volt Edition Z28 or the lovely Volt Corporation, whatever you want to call it. Hit circle on that and boom, the car shows up right here. It's kind of cool. You can walk around the vehicle, check it out. What's kind of annoying about Motorfest is we really don't have anything like this. Now, I do understand, again, they're probably following a simpler route, but I gotta admit, this was something that made the crew unique. This is also something that we did see in Test Drive. A lot of games don't have features like this, to where you can literally walk up to the vehicle. I can legit turn on the window or like lower the window there, lower the window on this side. You can also go up and unlock the door, man, open that up, walk around the other side over here and go, okay, look at the interior, checking that out. And guess what? You can also sit in it, man. Like, that was so dope. I thought you could change the lights. Oh, yeah, you can also turn the lights on and off. Look at this. You can also turn the lights on and off on that, which is pretty cool. Let me head over to this. Let me sit in it. And the cool thing is you can legit look around the entire interior, check out the detail of it. And I am going to head over to the other HQs and check out like a power boat and stuff like that. It's just so dang cool, man. Like, you can legitimately open that door. Like, I feel like this is the kind of detail that I really do miss. You know what's funny, though? Like, you would see this in the crew, too, right? You probably saw this in the game. You can also start the vehicle up and stuff like that. But if you looked at this, guys, you'd be like, this is a feature we don't really need. But now, people are looking like they really do want to have small things like this again because they do end up missing it. Isn't it kind of funny how that does end up working? You probably look at something, go, that's a dumb feature. We don't need some weird HQ in the game. No one goes to this. But now it seems like people are missing it, including myself. So head over to the lovely hovercraft here. Let's sit in this, guys. And again, you can look at the detail of everything, even though there's not really much to look at in this because it's a hovercraft. We're then going to have the motocross bike there. We have the trophy truck. Let me go over to that. Can I run? I can run. Good. Let me head over to the trophy truck. Let me open this thing up. Okay, here. Can I turn the lights on this as well? Let me see. Oh, wait. Look at that. There's the lights on the front. Show the top bar as well. Let's open the door up. And okay, I sat right in it. Never mind there. Oh, you know why I can't open the door, buddy? Come on, blocked. Probably because there's no door to open. Oh, goodness, look at that. There's no door. But either way, though, guys, look at the detail, man. Again, this is the crew, too. Like, this is pretty dang impressive. You can see the lettering, the other devices there. You can see, like, the shifter, the fire extinguisher, and all that. Like, it's pretty dang cool how you could check a vehicle out. What if you're wondering, well, do I like the interior? How's this thing look before I buy it? You can check that in the crew too. I think it's a pretty dope thing to be able to do. Now, besides the off-roading HQ, I then had to come over to the pro racing HQ, which is going to have the touring cars there. You're then going to see the plane, also the Alpha GP, and the powerboat. What's also going to be kind of dope about the HQ, though, is we also have the live battle for PvP and stuff. We're then going to have like the leaderboard thing there, which I think is kind of dope. Then you're also going to see the summit thing way on the other side over on that side, guys. So if you do want to do a summit, simply head over to any HQ that you would like, then you can start it up and then play it from there. You're also then going to have the vanity shop that's also part of the HQs, which I feel like is kind of dope. It's going to be a way for people to talk to each other, maybe, might meet some friends like, yo, you racing right now or something, maybe message someone. I feel like having social spaces like this is kind of dope. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments below. Do you also think that's a good idea? I mean, you could probably meet some people. I do know back in the day on the crew too, many players are probably at the street HQ. There's going to be like an upstairs or like the second area with the cars on that one. I'll spawn over to that one here in a second and check that out. But you can also see people. You might get invited in stuff similar to like Motorfest when you're in the car meet thing. I feel like it would be similar to this. Like you see someone, you're like, yo, want to do some races? Sure, why not? And then boom, you might end up having a new friend or something. I feel like that is pretty dang dope. But looking at the plane, can open the cockpit door. Can I sit in it? Oh, you can. Look at that. So you could sit in the plane, guys. Look at this. Whoa. Whoa, that's so weird. Look at the detail on this though, guys. Like that is so cool. You can't do stuff like this in Motorfest. Like you can't go look at a vehicle like this or this in detail that you can do. I feel like this is a pretty dope thing you can do in this game. And I kind of miss it. Like when I was playing the Crew 2, I'm like, you know what? Let me head over to an HQ. That's something we do not have in Motorfest. I've been noticing people talking about it. Let me go check it out again. Turns out I was finding myself looking at different vehicles, trying different boats out and checking these out, guys. Look at this detail. Like, that's so cool. If you were like, should I buy this boat? I like the interior. You know what? I'll go buy this thing catalog. You can also hit square and drive it if you want on any of the vehicles in the HQ. Pretty dope. I mean, you can drive it around, and guess what? As far as I do know, there's not going to be a time limit on this game for when you can drive it, like you would end up having in something like Test Drive. At least I don't think there is, unless I'm tripping. Whoa, the time of day just changed. That's so weird. Really does make me enjoy the atmosphere of the Crew, man. Like, look at the Crew 2's atmosphere. I'm driving a boat down a river over here. You can see all the buildings in the background, the sky and stuff. Really was going to be a great game, gotta admit that. But let me head over to the Street HQ and show a few things in that one. Alright, so spawning into what I would say is easily the most popular HQ in the entire game. I mean, heck, guys, you don't have to have 5 or 6 different HQs in something like Motorfest, but why not have one big HQ like this one to where you could switch around different vehicles like Rally Rage, Street, Hypercars, Alpha GP. Like, look at this. That's so cool. Got a car on the ramp right there. I think that would be a good way to do that. Like, yeah, you don't have to have, 17 different HQs for all the categories, but maybe having one big HQ like this one where everyone can go in and go, okay, well, I like this Hummer, but let me check out a rally raid, let me check out a dirt bike or something. Oh, let me go look at some boats. At least you have the option to do it. Now, checking this out, though, you're going to have drift, drag, and also hypercar. Then you're also going to have street race there. So legit, everything is right over here. You can also have like the middle part over there. Guys, like something like this HQ would probably work. Upstairs could be something like Rally Raid, have like planes or something on one side. I don't know, man. I'm kind of yapping right now. But regardless, though, looking at the street here, let's say you want to check out something else. That's a Hummer, right? You know what? Let's open the Hummer up, do the window, turn on the lights and all that stuff. Pretty dope. Let me go over to it. Head on inside. Let me see the inside of this thing. Okay, look at that. Look at the detail. That's so cool. You could check out every vehicle. Funny part is, back in the day when the Crew 2 was going to be, really popular, which I would say even right now it's probably decent. Most likely not as much as before, but when I was playing that, new vehicles would release. I would always go over to them and pretty much check them out just like that to see what they do offer. Heading over to a drift car. Let's put the window down, open that door up. Head on over, let's take a seat. Look at that detail. It's cool you can look in it too. It legit reminds me of something like Test Drive, man. I feel like that was something they were probably aiming for. Most likely giving you the immersion of, yo, check that car out before you buy it. Do you like the interior, walk around it, turn the lights on type of thing, open the doors up, see how it looks with the seats and all that stuff, the detail. I think it's pretty dope how you could actually do this. I mean, this was something I was thinking about in Motorfest recently because, yeah, you have the car meet stuff, but there is really not a way you could do something like this in this type of detail to where you really can't check out a vehicle, hit the wrong button. Nice. Okay, so let's open that door up. We can open that one up. You can then walk up to this vehicle, zoom in, check out the interior, really see some of the detail on it, take a seat, check this out and go, okay, well, yeah, I'm going to buy this car. I'm liking it. Or maybe you're probably going to buy the car anyway, but you want to get a closer look at it. At least you're going to have the option to do this, check it out. Buy the vehicle. I would say most players like me would do this and buy the car anyway because that's what I used to do. And the funny part is when I do look at something like this, I see the detail of that. I'm going, okay, well, I do know that back in the day in the Crew 1, even probably this game, the developers were probably part of, like, I think Test Drive back in the day. I heard that. So it really is going to make a lot of sense seeing something like this on this type of detail to when you can check out a car, really like drive it, test drive it, no pun intended there. Check out the interior and stuff before you do end up buying it. I kind of liked it, but that also made me really enjoy coming to the HQ all the time, checking out new vehicles. I remember when new cars used to release in the Crew 2, I would always see like 3 or 4 people checking them out, looking at different vehicles. You'd see like the new cars sitting there, people would be like, yo, look at this thing. I'm pretty sure those other 2 people are players as well, but I have the name tag thing off. But you would see like a new car sitting somewhere, then boom, they'd walk around it, check them out. Like I really did enjoy something like that. Then you would end up seeing like 5 or 6 people standing over here by the summit thing. You could do the events, then once you're done, you could see someone go, okay, they did the summit. Let me message them and see if they want to do some races together. I feel like a social space, that would probably work, especially in a racing game like TCM. But you know what, guys? I want to know what y'all think about the lovely HQs here in the Crew 2. Would you have liked to see something like this in Motorfest? Do you think it would have worked? To be honest, I feel like it's a pretty dope feature. Also, what are these car models, man? What in the world? What is this van? Like, seriously, what are these car models? Like, what is that? What is that a Mazda, bruh? Is that a Mazda? I really don't know, because, looking a little funky. But again, let me know what y'all think about the HQs in the comments below. I'm curious because I gotta admit, I really have been enjoying going back, checking these out, looking at different vehicles. And then once I was done checking those cars out, I would go, oh wait, we got the summit. Let me head over to the summit, get that done. Then head over to the Far and Beyond, see what vanities we got for this week. Like, I feel like it was a dope design. And I really do think, guys, something like this in TCM would be pretty dang awesome. Like, yeah, we're going to have the car meet and stuff, but I gotta say it, after jumping back into the Crew 2, playing this game a bit, seeing something like the HQ here as well, like I really enjoy this design. I feel like players also like it, coming here, checking stuff out, meeting other people, looking at TCM, some things really feel like a downgrade, and it's honestly hard not to notice some of it.